Hi, everybody. Dark Shadows fans, friends, and fellow actors. Oh, I'm so sorry I can't be out there with you today, but I have to be in New York. However, I may be here in person, but I'm with you in spirit. So let's talk about my dear friend, Jonathan Frid. I met Jonathan in 1968 when I went first to the Dark Shadow studio. He and Dr. Hoffman created me, Eve, on the operating table out of old bones that Crazy Willie found in the mausoleum. In any event, from that day on, for 2 years, we had a most wonderful time at Dark Shadows. But after 3 characters and 2 years, it was over for me. And so I thought this was a wonderful experience, but I'll just go on to the next thing. And that was over. However, I was wrong, very wrong. It wasn't over at all. In a couple of years, the Dark Shadows festivals began. And that's when I really got to know Jonathan. Jonathan would bring in scenes or monologues to the convention, and he often asked one of the actors to do it with him. And so we rehearsed in his hotel room, and we got to know each other more on an intimate basis. And then he did his one-man show, and he would bring it into the convention. However, he also tried it out in many venues in New York City. And since I lived there, I went to see many, many of them. And afterwards, we'd go out for dinner with friends or fans and various people. And again, the friendship just kept growing. Then the exciting thing happened for me because at a Dark Shadows convention, he invited 12 of us to a luncheon. And there was David Moore, who was the head of the theater department at Georgia College. And both he and Jonathan asked me if I would want to play Eleanor of Aquitaine in The Lion in Winter with Jonathan Frid. Well, I jumped at the opportunity. Of course, I said I would do it. Of course, the funny thing is, I thought that Jonathan would be playing King Henry. However, that was not true. He was going to be directing. Now, this was really exciting because I don't know how many of you know this, but Jonathan, many years before, had studied at Yale and he got his degree in directing. But he had never directed a play professionally up until then. So I was the first person he directed and the first big play, which was a marvelous play. And so that was a great opportunity for me. And that's when we really, really cemented our friendship because we lived at the mansion, the governor's mansion of Milledgeville, Georgia. And we had the entire suite on the top floor, and we would rehearse ourselves, just Jonathan and me, the monologues from The Lion in Winter, because the kids were in school during the day. So anyway, during that time, we went through all the monologues, and he had one really favorite one that he quite liked. And I'll set it up for you. The sons, the 3 sons of Eleanor and King Henry, are visiting Eleanor in her castle prison. And she has been put there by Henry because she tried to overthrow him on this throne. And the 3 boys are all arguing about who is going to become the next king. And they all want to be king, of course, and it gets very heated. And at one point, one of them pulls out a knife. The other one screams, "Oh my God, he's got a knife." And Eleanor responds, "Of course he has a knife. He always has a knife. We all have knives. It's 1183 and we're barbarians." Oh, how clear we make it. We are the origins of war. We are the killers. We breed war like syphilis inside. Dead bodies are rotting in fields and streams because the living ones are rotten. Oh, God, why can't we love each other just a little? That's how peace begins. We have so much to love each other for. We have such possibilities, my children. We could change the world. And that's the little monologue. And I was thinking this morning, why did he like that one so much? And I know why, because it was all about the importance of love. And that's what Jonathan was about. He had great love, love for his fellow man, love for his actors that he worked with all his life, love for the theater, and love for you, his dear fans. So today, as you're remembering him, after all these years he's passed, and I believe it's his 100th anniversary of his birth, just think about that love, the love he gave you, and the love I'm sure you extended out to him. Give it to everyone there at that luncheon. Have a wonderful time. I love you, and have a great day again. Bye.